You, stop scrolling. I have a secret I need to tell you. I know the identity of the Antichrist in the Bible, but you can't tell anyone because it will absolutely shatter their ideas of what the Bible actually says. Hey everyone, I'm Colin, the resident nerd and Bible scholar here at the Bible Uncut and Unfiltered. And today we are going all Tim LaHaye left behind here, talking about the Antichrist. Really popular figure in Revelation, takes over the world, persecutes Christians, brings about the end of the world, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria, right? This is the absolute Armageddon, literally and figuratively. And people have wondered for centuries now, who is this Antichrist? Well, I can tell you today, with no doubt in my mind, who the Antichrist is. And all it takes is a little bit of Bible study. I'm going to solve one of Christianity's biggest mysteries today with a simple Bible search. You ready? All right. I use a program called Logos Bible Software, but you can find any Bible study program online. There's free ones you can use, and Logos has a free version that you can use online as well. All you need to do is type in 1 John 2:18. All right, I'll give you a second to pull that up here. 1 John 2:18. And you're going to see the word Antichrist there. Now, if you are using a Bible software program like I have, Blue Letter Bible, Logos, any of those, you can right-click on that word, or if you have it on your phone, press and hold, something like that. Not sure how you would be doing that and watching this at the same time. Maybe you have two phones. If so, okay. Guess you're using your work phone for Bible study now. Anyway, if you press and hold, right-click, whatever you have to do, you can pull up that word in Greek, which is Antichristos. Pretty easy to figure out how we got our English word there, right? Now, you can then see where that word is used in other passages of Scripture. In fact, I have it up right here in front of me. And Antichrist only shows up 5 times in the entire Bible. That's right, only 5 times. And you want to take a guess which book of the Bible it never once shows up in? Revelation. It's true. This word, Antichristos, Antichrist, is only in the letters of 1st and 2nd John, nowhere else in the Bible. 1 John 2:18, it's there twice. 1 John 2:22, 1 John 4:3, and 2 John verse 7. There's only one chapter, 2 John. And because these are so short, I'm going to read them to you right now. You're going to get all 5 instances that the word Antichrist is used in the Bible. Ready? Number 1. Little children, it's the last time, and as you've heard that Antichrist will come, even now there are many Antichrists, whereby we know this is the last time. 1 John 2:22. Who is a liar, but he who denies that Jesus is the Christ? He is Antichrist that denies the Father and the Son. 1 John 4:3. And every spirit that confesses not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is not of God, and that is the spirit of Antichrist, whereof you have heard that it should come, and even is already now entered into the world. And 2 John verse 7. For many deceivers are entered into the world, who confess not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh. This is a deceiver and an Antichrist. That's it. Not a single verse in Revelation. There is no Antichrist figure in the entirety of the book of Revelation. It only shows up 5 times, 3 verses in 1 John, 1 verse in 2 John. And did you catch what he said about this Antichrist? It's not a single person. He says that anyone who denies that Jesus Christ came in the flesh has the spirit of Antichrist. And he says even now there are many Antichrists, proving that it is the last time. Now, John, the writer of these particular epistles, whichever John he may have been, did not live in 21st century America. He lived 2,000 years ago, and he believed that he was living in the last days because he saw people who were antichrists. Think about the word, antichrist. This is someone who is against Christ, the idea of the Messiah. The idea of the Christ in Christian thinking is that God came in human flesh. So anyone who denies that is anti the doctrine of Christ. It's like if I said that I didn't support Donald Trump and you said I was anti-Trump, or if I didn't support Biden, you said I was anti-Biden. That doesn't mean that I am some political rival of theirs. It just means that I am against their ideology or against them being president. Same thing here. There is no singular Antichrist in the Bible, not in Revelation, and not even here in these verses. He's not a single person at the end of time who tries to ruin all of humanity, take over the world, and fight the return of Jesus. No, in the Bible, Antichrist is a term for any person who does not believe that Jesus was fully God and fully human. They are against the idea of his being Christ. Anyone who doesn't believe that Jesus is the Messiah is anti-Christ. That doesn't mean that they're horrible people. It's just a very literal statement about their beliefs. They are anti this doctrine of the Messiah, of the Christ, of Jesus being the Christ. So I hate to burst anybody's bubble here, but John was convinced that he was in the end times because he saw people in his day who didn't believe in Jesus. We should not be using this term as an epithet to use against anyone who isn't a Christian or anyone that we think is a heretic. We shouldn't go around calling people Antichrist. It has too much of a cultural connotation now. But this is a good reminder for us that the Bible doesn't always say what we think it says. And we need to be really careful how we represent it. I guarantee you that if you ask the average pastor or preacher about who is trying to persecute Christians in end times and Revelation, they're going to bring up Antichrist. I defy you to find a single pastor or preacher who is doing a series on Revelation and doesn't bring up the Antichrist at some point, even though it's never mentioned in Revelation or in context of a singular person who tries to take over the world. It's just about someone who doesn't believe that Jesus was the Messiah. They are anti the idea of Christ. So as hard as it is, let's stop misrepresenting the Bible to people and put the Antichrist back in the context that he belongs.